الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله رب العالمين، نحمده سبحانه وتعالى حمدا يليق بذاته وصفاته وكماله. الحمد لله تفرد بالألوهية فلا إله سواه ولا رب إلا إياه. نحمده حمد الحامدين وأشكره شكر الشاكرين، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خيرة خلقه وحبيبه، أرسله ربه بالهدى والنور والبشر والأمل والتفاؤل فعلم البشرية. أرسله الله تبارك وتعالى ليخرج الناس من دياجير الظلمات إلى رحابة النور. أرسله الله تبارك وتعالى على فترة من الرسل. أرسله الله تبارك وتعالى بالنور وبالأمل وبالبشر وبالهدى. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى أصحابه وآله ومن اهتدى بهديه واستنى بسنته واقتفى أثره وسار على دربه إلى يوم أن نلقاه. اللهم آمين. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله تعالى، وأحسن الهدي هدي سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله تبارك وتعالى فإنها خير زاد، وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى، واتقون يا أولي الألباب. اللهم اجعلنا من المتقين يا رب العالمين. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all praise Him and we resort to Him for help and assistance. Whoever He guides, no one can misguide, and whoever He leaves astray, no one can show guidance. So Allah guide us all to the straight path, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Allahumma ameen. Optimism. In those few minutes, we need to talk about the we need to talk about al-bishr. We need to talk about taking good omen and things and looking positively at life. من منا أيها الأكارم تحقق كل أمانيه وسار له كل ما يرجوه واندفع عنه كل ما يخشاه. Who amongst us in this life and who in the world who has achieved all of his or her wishes and he or she is secured against everything that they are afraid of or everything that they are concerned with? None. The answer is none. And even if you achieve everything you're looking at, that's not it. You will be looking at other things. And that is the nature of this dunya, of this life, of this earthly, worldly life. هذه هي طبيعتها. أما تحقيق الأمان والرضا المطلق التام فلا يكون إلا في الجنة. If you are looking at achieving the utmost level of satisfaction, that's not going to be here. That will be in heaven and only in heaven. ولكم فيها ما تشتهيه الأنفس وتلذ الأعين وأنتم فيها خالدون. One of the greatest achievements and the greatest things in heaven, Jannah, is that everybody will have whatever they want, whatever their souls could even think of, and you will get to the limit because that's everything we can think of. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يبدأ يذكر المتقين أما يرضيكم أن يكون لكم كذا وكذا ومن كذا ومن كذا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will start, or God will start offering things that we could never even think of. So this is the place that we will achieve everything that's only in heaven. But in this life, من أعظم الأسلحة ومن أعظم the greatest of all weapons, of all tools that anybody can get is hope. And if you look at his life, the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, كلها من أولها إلى آخرها درس في الاستبشار والبشر والتفاؤل والأمل. It's a lesson how to be optimistic, how to be following the positive, taking the positive approach in the face, even in the face of the worst of situations, in the face of darkness, in the face when it's completely locked in your face. This is the time that you need to practice it. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في صلح الحديبية وجاء معتمرا بعد سنوات من المنع من مكة وكذا وكذا فصده قريش ومنعوه. لعلك أن تدرك أن هذه لحظة من لحظات اليأس ومن لحظات الضعف. والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يأتيه المفاوض بعد المفاوض إلى أن أتاه سهيل بن عمرو فيقول سهل الله لكم الوحي. يعني على اسمي يستبشر باسمي أنا سهيل فالله يسهل الأمور. In the face of that hard point when the Prophet ﷺ was stopped by his enemies coming to make Umrah, to visit the holy house, the holy Kaaba for Muslims, just peacefully and practicing this after being away for years, after being hindered from coming for years, and now they also, those people, residents of Mecca, they stopped him. No, we're not going to be allowed in. For some time, in boys coming back and forth, you can imagine it. They are coming all the way, traveling for like a week or two, at this time, in the middle of the desert, and now they stop them. It's not easy for us when you are almost close to your goal, and now you are stopped. Somebody is blocking you, and you know who is blocking you. You can imagine that this is the time that pessimism would come, that yet despair, losing of hope, lacking of hope. But no, when they sent the last envoy, the enemy sent the last envoy, and his name was Suhayl ibn Amr. The name refers to ease. Ease. He said he took good omens, and he said, now your affair is going to be easy. They sent that Sahl, Suhayl, this man whose name refers to easiness. Now everything is going to be easy for us. He is not failing to see the good things, even in the references of as little things as names. He would take good omens, and he would be optimist, قد سهل أو سهل لكم من أمركم تأملا باسمه وحسن ويعني ثقة بالله وحسن ظن بالله تبارك وتعالى, having a good expectation that it will turn to something good. It looks like so bad and it looks rough, but it will turn to something good. أيها الأخوة ما أضيق العيش لولا حسنة من الأمل. It's going to be so narrow in our eyes if we live without hope. It's going to be so gloomy in our eyes if we live with no hope. It's only with hope that you see things dark. It's only, according to Charlie Chaplin, it's only when you'll never see the rainbow. If you always look down, keep looking down, you'll not see that rainbow, never. So look up and look forward for the good things. Allah تبارك وتعالى كما في الحديث يقول أنا عند ظن عبدي بي فيظن لي ما شاء. Allah is saying, I will meet the expectation of my word. So let him think and expect whatever he wants of me. You think something good of God, something good is going to happen to you. You think otherwise, then you are trapped. You are the one who made that, and you intentionally trap yourself into your own bad thinking and negative approach. إن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا. Even التفاؤل لا يكون في اللحظات العادية، هذا كل الناس يفعله، لا يكون في لحظات السعادة والبشر. It's not to practice optimism at the times of success, at the times of happiness. Everybody will do that. And the person is sick in his mind. He is succeeding now, he's achieving something, and then yet he's sad. This is a mental issue. This is a different story. But optimism is mainly to be practiced at times of sorrow, at times of loss, at times of calamity. This is the time that you need to be optimist, that you need to have a good approach, and a good thinking, a good expectation that everything will turn into something good. العاصي لو أنه ظل في قنوطه ويأسي أنه لن ينصلح حاله ولن يهتدي سبيله فسيكون على ذلك. والله تبارك وتعالى جعلها من كبائر الذنوب. لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إنه لا ييأس من روح الله إلا القوم الكافرون. Allah said it as one of the major sins in Islam is to lose hope of the mercy of God. Mercy of God is going to come. Never lose hope. Never lose hope. It's coming. Allah said in the Quran, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. Oh my slaves, say, oh my slaves, servants, who have went and gone extravagant, in terms of sin. They have done everything, all awful things they have done. لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Never lose hope, never despair of the mercy of Allah. إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا. Indeed, Allah forgives all kinds of sin. إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. والإنسان في حال المرض وفي حال الفقر وفي حال الضياع وفي حال النقص, in the face of anything that's coming to you, receiving a bad report, تقارير طبية تقول كذا وكذا, ما أصاب من مصيبة إلا بإذن الله ومن يؤمن بالله يهدي قلبه. Not a single calamity that befall the person except it's by the permission of God. And whoever have faith in God, his heart will be in tranquility and peace and guidance and reassurance. So in the face of loss, يخسر الإنسان ماله أو تجارته أو يصاب بكذا أو يصاب بكذا، فإنما ما يحدث في الكون شيء على غير مراد الله، فنؤمن بالله تبارك وتعالى. وقد يكون التقرير مكتوب فيه كذا وكذا مما لا يقبله الإنسان ولا يفرح به، ولكن مكتوب عند الله تبارك وتعالى أن البند الأول ما أصاب من مصيبة إلا بإذن الله، والبند الثاني أنه مع إن عظم الجزاء مع عظم البلاء. The more you get of test of God, the more it's getting difficult for you, the more good deeds and the more credit God is giving you. He is testing you, and you are patient, He will give you. وقد كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يعجبه الفأل الحسن، لأنه حسن ظن بالله، فيتفاءل إذا أرسل عاملا فيسأل عن اسمه، فإن كان اسمه يعني فيما يبلغ البشر يستبشر صلى الله عليه وسلم. He will take good omen in everything around him. Somebody says something good, somebody's name sounds good or refers to a good meaning, he will take good omen in that. And many times he will change the name. فغير اسم صحابية من عاصية إلى جميلة، وغير اسم صحابي من حزن إلى سهل. He would suggest changes of names for his companion. Somebody's name is Hazan, which is difficult. In Arabic means difficult. He said no, change it into ease. Sahl, which means ease. And another woman, her name was Asiya, which means disobedient. He changed it into Jamila, or beautiful. That is the meaning of Jamila. So النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يستبشر ويحول كل ما حوله إلى لحظات بشر. Even in the darkest night will end, and the sun will rise again, according to Victor Hugo. Whatever you can think is, that's it. That's the end of the world. That's it. No more. I'm not going to get out of that. The darkest night will end. It will come to an end, and the sun will rise again. There is another beginning. تأتي النهاية ولا بداية جديدة. تنتهي فصل الصيف ويدخل الشتاء، خريف الشتاء ويأتي الربيع، وتولد الحياة من جديد. You see summer is coming. You see the fall is coming, and then the winter. No signs of life in most of the plants around us, and everything goes dormant, and green is going away, and white. And in the falls, you see snow is covering everything, and everything is getting into hibernation. Many animals, but then comes after that, the spring comes back, life blooms, and everything. The roses come back again, the hibernation comes to an end. بعد كل نهاية تجد بداية. After each end, another beginning is coming. Looking at the history, rising, many nations are rising and then falling, and then rising again. In our lives, we go through difficulties, you are succeeding, and now you are facing some moments of difficulty and sorrow, and then it comes back again. فلا حزن يدوم ولا سرور. You're not going to be all the way from the first moment of your life until the end very happy at the utmost level of happiness, or the other way around. You're not going to be so sad and everything is facing you. It really depends on how you look at things and how you receive things and how you perceive things. أيها الإخوة، إن الحياة قصيرة فلا نقصرها بالنوم والأحزان. Life in itself is short. It is short. So it's not making it even shorter and shorter and more difficult by sorrow and by things and difficulties that we carry on our shoulders. إن الله عز وجل جعل الأرض تحت أقدامنا نمرها فلما نحملها فوق رؤوسنا نحمل الدنيا وهمومها فوق رؤوسنا. Why do we carry the entire earth on top of our head? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it under our feet. We walk on top of it, not caring and not just worried about everything that's happening as if there is no solution for it. إن مع كل عسر يسرا ومع كل ضيق فرجا ومع كل كرب مخرجا. Allah Ta'ala جبل هذه الأعلى. For every distress there is a solution. For every problem there is a way out. For every end there is a beginning. So there is no way that we just stop and not having hope in the next moment. لا نحمل الأرض فوق رؤوسنا وجعلها الله تحت أقدامنا ورب محنة خرجت وولدت منها منح ورب نور يشع من كبد الظلام فإن النصر مع الصبر. You have to be patient. So we see the outcomes, we see the victory, we see the outcome of you have to go to school and study for days and days and months and years, so you be that person after so many years, elementary, middle and high school, college, and maybe postgraduate studies, so you will establish yourself as a person in this life, you get to that career. You have to be patient. You have to go through things and be patient before you will taste and reap the benefit of that. إن الفرج مع الحرب فأبشروا وأنبروا بفرج الله تبارك وتعالى. A Muslim should always be waiting for that moment. How could the touch, the opening will happen, the glad tidings will come, unless it comes after some time of suffering. If you are living really happy, so you're happy. But after some usr will come the usr, after some difficulty, and 10 times will come the thick and good times. فهذا مطلوب في حياتنا ولا تيأسوا من روح الله إنه لا ييأس من روح الله إلا القوم الكافرون. Only that those who deny and reject God will lose hope and despair of the mercy in the face of what's happening to them. إذا اشتملت على اليأس القلوب وضاق لما فيه الصدر الرحيم وأوطأت المكاره واطمأنت وأرست في أماكنها الخطوب أتاك على قنوط منك يأس يمن به اللطيف المستجيب. At times when it gets really bad and hard, this is the time that we need to turn to God and for God, and this is the time that He opens things for us. We faced it so many times. We think that's going to be a deal losing, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our God, opens another, gives us another chance and gives us another way. And I like this expression of Winston Churchill. He said, a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, while an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. You see an opportunity for you there to rise up in the middle of difficulty. Yes, you could lose hope and keep, getting into frustration and not doing anything, and you could see the other way around. You can see an opportunity for you to get back to your feet, to rise up, to solve your problem, and to get over that. أمة الإسلام لنا نحرص أن نكون لممارسة التفاؤل والبشر والاستبشار بأن بتغيير الأمور. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يأتي الجفاف وقل نزول المطر فيخرج إلى الصحراء ويبدل الثياب ويغير وجهتها تيمنا وتفاؤلا واستبشارا بتغير الحال إن شاء الله. These two things, as little as, like the Prophet ﷺ, he's living in Arabia and drought would come sometimes, rain is not coming, he would take the believers and go out to the desert and change the way how he dresses his clothes somehow in a reference. Let's look at the point in here. The point is that the condition is going to change. That we do our best to pray to God, and we do little signs and little things in there that things are going to change. They are going to change towards the better. It could be in a word, by words, by a smile that you take, by expressions that you say, by a gesture. Just build it. Just try to make that. Try to produce that into your life in terms of words and little things, so that big things will come, the change will come. Inshallah, in your life. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين الآثمين. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله رب العالمين وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله الأمين. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. نرجع لسيرة الحبيب صلى الله عليه وسلم فنجد التفاؤل في أبهى صوره. We come back to the life of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم and we see how optimist صلى الله عليه وسلم he was, how positive he was even in the face challenges that in Mecca, and people are, everybody's against him, and yet he's saying that this religion is going to go and rise and come and reach everywhere that day and night will reach. That's not after he becomes successful and he established his estate in Medina after the migration. No, that was when he was suffering, when he was just a few followers around him for 13 years. And he was sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that optimistic. Yastabshir sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and he is, not predicting in the sense of knowing what's going to happen, but he has faith that this is going to happen, that victory is coming, that religion will reach everywhere, even though those enemies do not want it to reach to anybody, and it does. وصل whatever they want, even though those group of people, they were trying to supplicate that there. And that was also clear for all prophets, when everybody around them, almost everybody with the exception of a few people, they will start to stop that. They will try to stop the goodness that they are calling for, and then with those few little people around them, they will succeed. They will rise because they carry the truth and because they were optimists. They knew that this is going to happen. That success is coming after that. You see, it was not only for the Prophet ﷺ, حتى بعد وفاة عليه الصلاة والسلام، الجزيرة العربية بالكامل ترك الناس الدين كلهم. مسألة ليست مسألة عقيدة. الدين يدخل فيه من شاء ويخرج منه من شاء، ولكن مسألة دولة الآن. دولة تأخذ هذه تدفع الزكاة يعني التاكس الضرائب يعني، ويخرج هذا وهذا يعلن هو يمين وفي الشمال إلا 3 مدن أو 3 قرى، مكة والمدينة وهجر. مرتدا وقف ابو بكر الصديق رضي الله عنه تضيع الامه الان. هذا الدين يمسح بالاستيكه من على الخريطه، يمسح يمحى من على، ولكن يقف ويرسل. يعني لك ان تتخيل انه بعد سنه واحده ما قمع مدعي النبوه ولا المرتدين فقط، بل ارسل جيشين في خلال سنه واحده، جيش الى كسرى وجيش الى قيصر. خرج من هذه المحنه. يسي ابو بكر after the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم established this strong state. We're not talking about faith now. Faith in Islam, like all religions, people choose. Get in or get out. But when you decide to, like say America, for example, Florida decides to go by itself and North Carolina goes by itself, and then, no, this is a big problem. You can work within the system, but the minute you try to do something, that's not constitutional, that's against the interests of all, this is a problem. That's what happened. That's what the early Muslims, right, after the death of the Prophet, were faced with. Abu Bakr is faced with all the Arabia after they accepted Islam. They said, no, we're not going to adopt it anymore. We're just getting out of that. It doesn't work this way. You can't change your religion the way you want, and your account is with God. But now you're trying to demolish everything. You're trying to take this state, this new infant state, down like that. All the tribes of all the cities rejected and went in rebellion, with the exception of Mecca, Medina, and this Hajar and Bahrain, which is eastern Saudi Arabia nowadays. So Abu Bakr stood. And even Umar said, how can you do this? Sayyida Aisha تقول كان الصحابة بعد وفاة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم هذه المحنة كالغنم في الليلة الشاتية. They were just like some goats and some sheep were under rain. You can see that they don't know what to do. Everybody's Umar, the strong person. He said, no, we could. It's not possible. It's hard. We gotta face all of these people. Abu Bakr said, no, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna sit and try it. I'm gonna stand for it, and he did it. And after less than 1 year after that, he did not only suppress all of that rebellion and set everything straight, including those many people who, the imposters who said that we are prophets after the prophets, not only that, but in less than a year, he was challenging the 2 empires of this time, the Romans and the Persians, because he was optimist. He said, no, that doesn't mean it's not the end for us. We have exerted a lot, and we have done a lot, and we're going to stand in the face of that, even though it doesn't look like in our favor, but I'm going to stand for it, and it changes into something good, and then the glory of this state grow up because of that optimism of Abu Bakr الصديق رضي الله عنه. فمن قلب المحن تولد المنح وتأتي المنح من الله تبارك وتعالى. والله تبارك وتعالى قد يختبر بعض الأمراض والفقر والألوان في شيء من الخوف والجوع. نفس الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين. We need to be patient. We need to get back to Allah in the face of the trouble, not to lose hope. No, this is the time to get back to Allah and have all the hope. We ask the brothers to move forward. Please move forward and to this side to make room for the brothers who are still coming. So we need to be low, we need to look how life around us. Look at the beautiful nature around us, and you will have hope. Look at how life is coming back again after this long winter, and you will have hope. Look at the children playing and smiling and being open to life, and you will have hope. Look at everything good around us, and never fail to see the goodness around you, because you make it. You make that. You إن التاجر يدخل إلى تجارته كيف يعني بالله نتصور أن الإنسان لو لم يوجد التفاؤل ولو لم يوجد الأمل ولو لم يوجد حسن الظن كيف يدخل تاجر إلى تجارته؟ كيف يتزوج الإنسان؟ كيف يقبل الإنسان على دراسة؟ Unless there is hope in there, how can you imagine somebody is starting a business? Unless he has some optimism that yes, it's going to be successful. Somebody getting to marriage, to get married, unless he's, yes, love is going to happen and stability and this and that. So we should go by optimism and tafa'ul. Even when things do not go our way, do not come our way, we go to it. We try to make it. We try to add more understanding in our relationships. Marital relationships are not working. We try to see why the business is not working, and we are optimistic that things are going to change. والتفاؤل يعين على تحسين الصحة العقلية والبدنية كذلك. Somebody with positive approach, somebody is always optimistic, it's good for you, physically and spiritually, because even if in the you think of yourself like you are. God is always testing you. Everything is happening to you is bad. Well, it's going to happen. You're not going to stop it. But you can let it happen and you'll be happy. Or you can let it happen and add to that you are optimist, that you are pessimist, and you're having all of these problems, physical problems and spiritual problems that come with it. So you're adding to the calamity as well. So in all cases, you are winning. You are winning, if you are practicing optimism. Physically, it's good for your body, and usually read the statistics. Physicians will tell you that it's always better for you to have hope and to be optimistic. That's going to be people who practice optimism usually live longer. Numbers will not lie. They live longer. They live a better life. And those who are always, afraid of something and they are pessimists, they usually, they are more vulnerable to diseases and sicknesses, and they live more less life and miserable life. يعني بالفعل تطول الحياة وتحسن جودتها. When we take good on everything around us, look positively at everything around us, you will have a better life, quality life. You will see things good around us. We will not assume bad things and everything that everybody around us say. No, we will assume good things, and we will see everybody around us good, and we will smile for life, and we will be open to life. And you can imagine what kind of life would be that life when you're always smiling and thinking good of others and not carrying anything in your heart and expecting good to happen. That's the life that will happen here. And because of that, it's part of the day. You got to work for that. Because if you do the other way around, you go around and always see, be frustrated and try millions of times, it's not working, this and that. And you are actually not practicing what Islam is telling you to practice. ومن يقنط من رحمة ربه إلا الضالون. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول لا خير فيه أيها الفهد قال وما الفهد يا رسول الله قال الكلمة الصالحة يسمعها أحدكم. في رواية لا خير فيه ويعجبني الفهد الكلمة الحسنة أو الكلمة الطيبة. A good word. You hear a word and you take a good moment. You see somebody and you take a good moment. And on the other way around, لا طيرة في الإسلام. مفيش حاجة اسمها شوف وشه خلاص ينقل بقى أسود. انقلب سدت في وجهه. هذا ممنوع وحرام في الإسلام. It's haram to take bad on. You see somebody, you hear a certain word, certain numbers, number 13. Going diving with some banana with you and stuff. That's not in Islam. That's bad. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who dispose things and run things. Now, you can take good on it that will make you feel good and have a better approach, but you can never sell this person. And I think every time you see him, it's in your mind. It's in your mind every time you see him. You expect something bad to happen. You will see something bad happen. You will automatically, psychologically connect bad things that will happen to you that day to that person or that word. That's not there. Let's get out of that and let's work. And finally, the advice for any problem that we are having, for any calamity, that we need to work to change the condition. We need to work. يقول عبد الله بن الزبير رضي الله عنه من جاء يطلب من عند الله فإن طالب الله لا يأتيه. فصدقوا قولكم بفعل فإن ملاك القول بفعل. If you are asking something, whoever is coming to ask something from God, then anybody who is asking something from God will never go empty-handed. But he said, صدقوا قولكم بفعلكم. You have to match what you say and what you're requesting and what you're asking with action. Oh God, take me to Jannah. But you never do anything that God tells you to do to go to Jannah, to go to heaven. How can you expect it? Oh God, give me shifa, give me cure. But you go and do everything that physicians are telling you that's against, that's not going to lead to cure. How does it happen? So we need to adopt, change the amal. He said, فَإِنَّ مِلَاكَ الْقَوْلِ الْعَمَلِ. You are required to do action along with having good and saying good and having good approach, so you will change the condition. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على صلى الله تبارك وتعالى عليه وعلى الصلاة والسلام عليه أزكى صلاة بتسليم يؤدبها على نبي كريم فصل الهدى محمد خير مبعوث وعترته وصحبه خير أصحابه وأنصاره. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء والأموات إنك يا مولانا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم ارفع مقامنا، اللهم بشرنا بكل خير يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعلنا من المبشرين ومن المبشرين يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارزقنا الشفاء وحسن الظن بك يا رب العالمين. Allah make us always optimists يا رب العالمين. Allah give us always good news and make us makers of good news and make us see goodness around us ya Arhamar Rahim. Allah change our bad conditions into the best of conditions ya Rab al-Alameen. Allah choose the best for this nation, the best for the Muslims, the best for humanity, the best for us ya Rab al-Alameen. Make us part of any goodness that's happening and make us leaders for goodness ya Rab al-Alameen. Make us leaders for change towards the goodness of everybody around us ya Arhamar Rahim. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. سمع الله 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 الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين
الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله 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 السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Two very quick announcements. There is a picnic scheduled for the Islamic Understanding Institute this Sunday between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. at Frank Brown Park. That's this Sunday. Inshallah, that's weather providing. We also have soccer scheduled on Sunday. Also on April 26th at YPC, there'll be some more details. Receive the email, please let the secretaries on. So we can update those details for the picnic also on the 26th. IUI's picnic is scheduled for Sunday. 2 p.m.